We really need a beacon because digging this hole out by hand really just isn't viable. At least not without some supernatural help. But from digging out that last layer, we did in fact get 7 diamond ore, which we will now go ahead and convert into just regular old diamonds, which we got 15 from, so that is pretty good. So I guess we're off to kill some wither skeletons. Well, it looks like we got lucky and we may be able to actually make a blaze farm in the future because look at this. And that right there is our 6th wither skull, so let's go ahead and fight 2 withers. Now to kill these withers, we're going to go ahead and head to the end, but before we do that, I just want to show y'all this room that has been decorated by the other Breaking Minecraft members, because it's absolutely gorgeous. But let's go ahead and just hop into the end because there is a wither killer already pre-built on the end island. Of course, the ender dragon has already been defeated. I think they did that pretty early on, before I was able to actually join and be a part of the server, because unfortunately I was quite sick for a while there. Now if we just head down here, we have a little bit of a viewing area to watch the wither be killed. If you can go ahead and actually sit in these chairs, and this was created by, I believe, Lofast. So all you really got to do is right there, and spawn in the wither and hopefully get out of the way in time, and we could just sit back, relax, and watch the wither die. That also didn't take very long. We are now 2 withers down, and I'm going to just go ahead and pop these nether stars into my ender chest real quick. You can see I have a lot of rockets here, and that is because we're actually about to go on a live stream. The previous episode is about to go up, and after each episode, I would like to do a live stream. I think that's my current plan. So we're going to go ahead and do some end reading. Hello everybody, it's a writer here and welcome to episode 4 of Breaking Minecraft. Today, as you saw in that little time lapse, we have just built up this machine. Now some of you who watch some of the other Breaking Minecraft members might recognize what this is. This is in fact Spoon Muppet's TNT tunnel bore, and I'm a little bit, I'll be completely honest, I'm a little bit scared to test it out. All we have to do is right click this fence gate right up there. I'm gonna make sure I do it with an empty hand, and we're gonna see if this works. First time testing it. Oh, it works. Okay, good. I was very scared there, but it blew itself up. Oh no. Oh no. No, I'll be completely honest, I was kind of expecting that to happen, but I've rebuilt it. It looks like we might need to clear away some more of these blocks on this side so that way it doesn't blow itself up in the future. I think that's what the issue was. Unfortunately, it only destroyed the slime blocks, which we have a ton of those because our giant dig, let me actually show you where this is relative to everything else. Our giant dig is just right over here. So eventually this is going to be where we come in to our mining project. Now, as you can see, this is my source of all these slime blocks. While I'm digging this out, we get tons and tons and tons of slime. So we're never going to have to worry about slime ever again. Well, let's just say with the lag this server has, this machine isn't quite going to work. We are flying off away from our base, heading towards the ocean just outside of it, because I have done some fun work on the live streams. If you aren't participating over there, you can follow me at twitch.tv/awriterish. Last stream we had a lot of fun, and we ended up building this machine right here. This is in fact an iron farm created by Silent Whisper. It's been running for a little bit, and we have tons and tons of iron. It's built out way out here because we do have plans on working with villagers over there. But we are not going to be working with villagers today. Instead, we will be working with another mob, maybe just as annoying to move around, but at least they do not make as many noises, and that is a sheep farm. We are in fact going to be building up a full-scale sheep farm, and building that iron farm right there is going to make sure we have all the iron resources that we need. And actually, first things first, if we go down here, we have this failed beginning of a beacon, and let's go ahead and fix this up. And just like that, it looks like we need to take a bath, but what I have gone ahead and gone for is we have a speed, haste 2, and regeneration. Regeneration is great because sometimes when I am up in my mob farm up there, I will take damage from the mobs having Thorn's armor on. So having this regeneration effect will keep me from taking too much damage up there. Just one more thing to show you all before we get into the farm for today. We have a couple of villagers that were brought over by Royal Jelly. We met up on stream actually, and he helped bring these villagers over. Royal Jelly streams quite often on his Twitch, so I would highly suggest going to check him out. He's a pretty cool dude, and I had fun streaming with him. So we have lots and lots of gifts. We are also going to be giving out gifts in this episode because I have received a lot of help from the other Breaking Minecraft members. If we head actually right up here, you may notice that these mountains look a little bit different, and that's because apparently snow layers cause a lot of lag on Bedrock Edition. So I had a couple Breaking Minecraft members actually helped to me clear this down and take it down to a level where snow layers won't spawn, no matter where I was, whether I was at my mob farm or down wherever I AFK. So we have some presents to give out to those members as well. There is just one more thing that we have to do before we are able to build the farm today, and that is of course to gather up the materials that we have. Most of what we're going to need actually we can get from our pit, as was actually a joke that came up multiple times in my previous live stream, is the pit provides everything. So we are going to need some stuff like redstone, which of course the pit will provide, and we are going to need stuff like grass blocks, which of course, again, the pit provides. So that might become a running joke in this series, we'll see. And just a bit later, along with some podcasts, we have got all the materials gathered up for this farm. So we are going to be using a bunch of hopper minecarts to help with the distribution of shears, because this farm is going to be running pretty much 24/7. We of course have grass for the sheep to eat from and observers. These will detect when the grass is eaten. And I'll actually give a little bit of a itty bitty in episode tutorial on how to build up this farm, because it's super duper simple, super easy to build, and it will produce a lot of wool. So we have all those, and we have all 16 types of dye. We also have lots of extras of certain types. So all we have to do is figure out a place to build this. We're actually going to be building this really close to our base. We're going to be building this right up here on this mountaintop for reasons that I will later explain. Probably not in this episode, but definitely in a future episode, because I have lots of cool things going on, and I'm very excited to explain this all to you. And once I do, everything's going to kind of come together. But this up here is where we are going to be building our things. Let's go ahead and set down all of our materials right here, and let's get to work. First thing first, you're going to need to choose a location to build up one cell. One cell will hold exactly one sheep and will produce actually quite a bit of wool. So I'm going to choose this area right here. This will hold my first sheep. I'm going to be using a shulker box hooked up to a hopper, hooked up to a miniature storage silo, so that way we can get a ton of items from this. This will make sure that we are not going to have to worry about overflow, and if I ever need a specific color of wool, all I have to do is come mine up the shulker box. It'll be full, and I will have so much of that wool that I'm not going to have to worry about it. Now, the next thing that you want to do is go ahead and place in a rail and a hopper minecart on top of that, and you're going to want to place 2 blocks on the sides of that hopper, so that way the minecart doesn't slide off. If I'm able to do this, it should be a block right there and a block over here on the other side if you're able to attach it to that rail. Otherwise, go ahead and take a temporary block, attach it right there if I can. Right there, and then put another block right there. Now this hopper minecart here represents the center of one of your cells. All you have to do to get the cell ready is take a grass block, place it right there, go ahead and mine out this grass block, and then you're going to place a piece of glass right there, grass on the sides of these blocks just like this. This allows the grass to grow down into there, and make sure that the sheep will always have a supply of glass ready for it. And then go ahead and place a piece of glass on top of all of these grass blocks. This will make sure that the grass still gets access to sunlight, and that the block right here will not destroy the grass beneath it. It also keeps the sheep in. One final thing left to do before this farm is ready, go ahead and place an observer facing into that block with a solid block on the back of it. It can be any solid block of your choice. It does not matter which solid block. All it has to do is be a solid block. What you're going to do from there is take a piece of redstone, place it right here, and you're going to replace this grass block with a dispenser filled with shears. So all you have to do is mine out that block. Let's go ahead and scaffold over here a bit using glass. I'm using glass so I don't destroy the dirt beneath. Place in that dispenser, All you have to do is fill this with shears and your farm is ready to go. Another super nice thing about this design is it's very tileable. If you want to, you can take this slice of the farm with this grass block right here and make the next section of the farm this block. So if you wanted to, what you would do is this would be the center of your next cage. You place the grass block in right there, hop your minecart beneath it, and that makes the next part of your sheep farm. All you have to do is get the sheep in there, get them dyed up, and you are good to go. So now it's time for me to just turn on my podcast and grind out this little farm. It's been a little bit now, and I have gone ahead and built up the 16 chambers that all of our sheep are going to be in. It's a little bit disorganized, but don't worry about that. There will be decorations coming later. Now what we have to do is I have to build a distribution system. You can see I have hoppers into those dispensers, and we're going to be building up a distribution system just using a hopper minecart for shears, and that's going to be great. Now this is a little bit of a pain to fill up and get this minecart working, but this minecart has successfully filled every single dispenser and every single hopper here with shears, and these two double chests on the sides, I've fallen into a pit, but these two double chests on the sides that are attached to the hoppers will feed this minecart continuously, and it's going to be a hot minute before we have to fill this with shears again. Basically, I've tested it. This minecart doesn't seem to break, but if it does still, there are a grand total of 14 sets of shears in each dispenser. So we're all good to go there. We're going to have to do something about preventing snow since it can snow in here. What I was just thinking is probably just a torch right there to prevent the snow. This also still allows for light access for our sheep and our grass. So now all we have to do is get those little friends up in here and get them all dyed up. I'm gonna be completely honest, I am not looking forward to dragging these sheeps all the way up the mountain, but we gotta do it. We've already got all of our grayscale sheep in. This actually wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, and if we head down here to our storage, we could see that this farm indeed has been working and we are getting wool from it. So it's always good to just have that confirmation, because I'd be very upset if I spent hours and hours on this farm, only, I say hours and hours, it's been a couple hours, only to have it not work. Basically, yeah, we have the sheep eating the grass automatically automatically triggers the observer, which shears the sheep, and once the grass goes back, the sheep eats the grass and the cycle repeats itself over and over again. Now all we have to do is get in the brown and all of the other colors into their respective chambers. With just a little bit more work put into this farm, we have all their sheeps in their places and it's completely up and running. We are getting a fair amount of wool, and of course I fall right into the hole. These things are a pain to get out of, especially when you have the bedrock lag and just general lag from being on the school network. However, all of these shulker boxes are working pretty well. We have wool flowing in, and the more we are in this area, the more wool we will get. But if we go ahead and head down this way, there is something I would like to show you, because if you remember at the beginning of this episode, I said that we'd be giving out some gifts, and evidently I cannot fly today. But if we look in these shulker boxes, you can see this is a standard gift for all 4 people that we are giving gifts to. We are going to have 16 shulker shells, 4 stacks of irons, 3 stacks of rocket, an elytra, a stack of bone blocks, a stack of gunpowder, 8 zombie villager heads, 16 diamonds, and yeah, and a stack of TNT. So we're going to go ahead and make 4 deliveries. I'm going to make sure to name these boxes like thank you from a writerish or something along those lines. To start things off, we are over at James MC's base, and for this little present giving thing, I'm going to be having RTX on to kind of show off everyone's base so far. So James MC helped me build up the mob farm, which I'm incredibly grateful for. So we are going to be giving him a gift. He doesn't seem to have much going on around his base right now. At least I believe this is his main base. That's what these signs on the nether side. There's this very interesting thing happening with pistons on the server, but this looks like the main place on which he lives. So let's go ahead and drop off one of these just right at the foot of his bed. Next up, we have Jeffers Craft to help me clear off that mountain, helped me with that snow layer and lag problem. I know this is his main base. I've actually been here before. I've helped him out with something. My brain can't quite remember what, so let's just go ahead, head in here. I know this is where he mainly lives, and we shall just drop that off right in the middle there. Just taking a quick look around Jeffers' base, there's these cool little animal pens. I actually kind of like this design quite a bit. I just thought it's pretty neat. I want to show off to you all. Also, his portal is the remnants of a ruined portal. He basically updated it, and I think that's super cool. So I know Royal Jelly works in this area around here. He's been working on it a lot in live streams. I don't exactly know where his base is, but I know that he's going to be finishing this Ice Boat Road, so we might as well drop that shulker right there. Perfect. And now we are on to the last person on our list. All right, now this place is incredible. Welcome to Vlofast Tower. But as we come in, you're going to see just how magnificent this place is. Ooh, it looks like there's a little landing pad up here. But if we head down into the area that we're just in, you'll see that he actually has a sheep farm just like the one we just built, and it's producing him lots of wool. So that's how we know for sure ours is going to work as well. This place is magnificent, and I cannot wait to see what it's going to be like when it is completed. There's tons and tons of stuff going on, and I highly recommend checking out Vlofast's channel. He is doing this crazy tower, and he's adding on some stuff that uses bone blocks. So of course he has a lot of bones here, and I hope our little bit of bones that we give him is going to help. So let's go ahead, head down here into the main level, and go ahead and drop him off a little bit of a thank you just right here. And that is going to be where I end this episode today. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit before I'm able to post again because I'm going to be out of state for a little bit, but I will get back to making episodes as soon as I possibly can. But I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.